Hey everyone, what is going on? So this is actually going to be my last video for the week because I am going away to Florida for Valentine's Day with my girlfriend. I'm going to be spending Valentine's Day with her. I'm really excited about that, so I probably won't have a video up until I would say Sunday. I'm so sorry about that, guys, but you know, I want to spend Valentine's Day in a few days with my girlfriend, so we're going to have a great time, and I can't wait to get back and record videos, but I also can't wait to spend that day with her. But yeah, if you have a Twilight tournament coming up this weekend, post in the comments below after the cup and let me know how you did. Let me know what team you use. Let me know what you go up against. I believe my tournament is going to be in a couple weeks, but if yours is this weekend, good luck to you. I really hope that you do well, and I really can't hear about the stories you go up against or the Pokemon you go up against and how it went for you. You know, I've already heard some reports on what some people had been facing, and yeah, really exciting, really exciting. Unfortunately, mine is towards the end of the month, as I've mentioned before, like with the Boulder Cup, and I guess that's good. It gives me more time to practice, but I don't know. Anyway, we do go ahead and take the first win, so that's really nice. Now we're going to go ahead and move into yet another battle. It was lagging a little bit in these battles, unfortunately, but I begin with my Alolan Ninetales. He begins with his Quillfish. I felt like I had to get out of there, so I switched into Venomoth. Not really a great idea. He gets to switch. However, I do get off a Silverwind, and he's going to go ahead and block it. Would have done a good amount of damage to that Skunk Tank, even though he went ahead. I guess that's why he did go ahead and block it. But anyway, he gets off his move, which, yeah, I'm going to choose to block. And I do get off a Mud Bomb. And yeah, this is definitely going to knock him out. He's not going to block, probably because he didn't want to waste the last shield. I didn't think he would block, just because he didn't want to give up his last shield. But I do go ahead, block that Ice Beam. And so I'm out of shield. So do go ahead, get off this Mud Bomb, and he's going to opt to block. So now both of us are down shields. I switch into my Alolan Ninetales. Alolan Ninetales is a good Pokemon. It's one that I'm probably going to use for the cup. I'm probably going to switch out my Skunk Tank for it. But the problem is, yeah, like, when I was going up against my friend, he knew what Pokemon I was using. He knew I was testing out, like, Alolan Ninetales and Venomoth and whatnot. So he knew, like, to bring the Houndoom and whatnot. And you're not going to face something like that in your actual tournament because you get to see your opponent's 6 Pokemon. So if they don't have a Houndoom, you know they can't bring it. So you don't really have to worry about things like that. But anyway, really good game. He did go ahead and pick up that game. I start with my Alolan Ninetales again. He starts with his Toxicroak, and I decided to stay in, get off that Psyshock. He's going to immediately block this because he has to block it, right? I mean, it's a Psyshock. It would have knocked out Toxicroak. Toxicroak isn't known for its bulk, so he definitely goes ahead and blocks that. He switches into Houndoom. I have to get out of there immediately into my Toxicroak, and I do go ahead and block that Foul Play, and yeah, I'm just going to be able to knock out that Houndoom just fine, just with counters. So I do have my charge moves ready to go, but unfortunately he switches into Golbat, which he did bring, and that Dynamic Punch is not going to do much to Golbat, so he's going to be able to knock me out just fine. And I switch into my Venomoth. He gets off the Shadow Ball, does actually a lot of damage to me, unfortunately, and he knocks me out, but he's almost knocked out, so he's going to be knocked out from this Alolan Ninetales. So it all came down to his last Pokemon, and I actually get off the Ice Beam before I see his last Pokemon, which is going to be Toxicroak, and he's going to knock me out immediately. So good game, good game. He does go ahead and pick up that win. And we're going to go ahead and move into another battle. And I'm going to begin with my Skunk Tank. He's beginning with his Houndoom. Again, a little bit of lag. But yeah, so about evenly matched. He's doing a little bit more damage to me with that Houndoom. Houndoom with Fire Fang, really good. That Fire Fang doesn't really charge up the moves that fast, but it does do a lot of damage. It's similar to Bite, I guess. It really, you know, you really get the move going quick, you know. But anyway, switching to my Azu. Now, I am not going to block that Foul Play because it's not going to do much at all to me. We do go ahead and pick up the knockout on that Houndoom, which is really nice. And we're getting a little bit more lag, but he brings in his Skunk Tank. I'm going to go ahead and use my Play Rough. I thought he would have blocked this. He actually did block. Never mind, I thought he didn't block it. I was about to say I thought he was going to block it, but he didn't. No, he actually did not. He actually did go ahead and block that. For some reason, I was thinking he didn't block it. I'm not sure why. But yeah, we do a lot of damage to that Skunk Tank. Able to knock it out just fine, and he brings in his Venomoth, which is his last Pokemon. So at this point, I thought I was in a really good position to win the match. We get off the Ice Beam, doing a lot of damage to that Venomoth. He knocks me out, and he gets off his Bug Buzz immediately. Again, we have more lag. You can see the game freeze and whatnot. So I'm going for Confusion. but my confusion was delayed and it would not activate, so he was able to knock me out there, unfortunately. I feel like I would have won that match had I gotten off by confusion faster, but that's okay. It happens. I'm not sure what would happen if that happened in the actual tournament. With the lag, would they have you play again? Probably not. I don't know. I probably wouldn't play again just because I would feel like that's unfair. I mean, if it lags, you know, it's not his fault that it lagged, right? So, but anyway, moving into another match, I do begin with my Clefable. Get off that medium mash, which is going to not knock out Quillfish, but we do go ahead and pick up the knockout anyway. And he's going to... yeah, switching to Skunk Tank. Yeah, for this battle, I actually reset my phone. Not reset my phone, but I shut it down and turned it back on just to hopefully prevent lagging from happening. And I don't think it happened at this point on. But yeah, we get off the Toxicroak, counter, able to knock it out. He does bring in his Venomoth, which is going to do a load of damage to me. But unfortunately, I cannot switch. Well, I could switch, but I was very low, so I chose not to switch. And I bring in my Crobat. We're about evenly matched, going to do a lot of damage to each other. I do block that Bug Buzz because I wanted to be able to knock him out. I use my Sludge Bomb just because I wasn't sure if he would get off another Bug Buzz before I was able to, and we're able to beat him. So we do take the win there. So really nice match. So we're switching opponents right now, going on to someone else. And just going up against different Pokemon. I begin with my Houndoom just because I saw how well it was performing for my friend. So I decided to give it a try, and look how much Fire Fang is doing. You know, that Alolan Eradicate is really bulky, but it's actually doing a lot of damage. I should have blocked that Hyper Fang. I decided not to for some reason. Get off the Foul Play, not going to go ahead and do a lot. I didn't purchase a secondary move on my Houndoom, but I bring in Toxicroak, and Toxicroak's going to finish off Alolan Eradicate, excuse me. And yeah, I do get off that Mud Bomb. Of course, he's going to block it. Now, Tentacruel, I don't think is the greatest Pokemon. It's a good Pokemon because of how bulky it is. And but those one-bar charge moves really injure it, in my opinion. That's why I personally don't use it. I mean, I do have one that I've tested out, and it's not a bad Pokemon with like Acid as the fast move and like Sludge Wave. It's not bad at all. I'm not saying it's bad. So if you want to go with Toxicroak, more power to you. Not Toxicroak, Tentacruel, more power to you. But for me personally, I don't like those one-bar charge moves. But anyway, we do finish this match, and we do take a win. A really close game, though. We actually almost lost that one, but that was a good game. Moving on, beginning with my Alolan Ninetales, testing out Alolan Ninetales again. I decided to switch into my Alolan Muck because he does have a Zoo Meryl. And yeah, we do get off that Dark Pulse because I figured he would block it expecting a poison move, and he did. That's why I decided to use... I didn't wait for Gunk Shock, basically. He gets off the Mud Bomb. I go ahead and block that because I wanted to get off another Dark Pulse, and we do go ahead and get off that other Dark Pulse. And we actually get off yet another Dark Pulse, so getting off a lot of moves, charge moves, and he does go ahead and block that. I let my Alolan Muck go down. I switch into my Alolan Ninetales, and I get off Powder Snow and things like that, and he uses Poison Fang. Of course, I'm going to have to block the Poison Fang. I figured it would be Poison Fang, and it is. So he's going to go ahead and block that Psyshock, and he actually gets off his Poison Fang before I get off mine, but it doesn't do a lot of damage, which I expected it to do more because Alolan Ninetales is not really bulky, but not doing a lot of damage. He gets off Play Rough, and that's going to knock out Alolan Ninetales, and now I have my Toxicroak, and I'm going to go ahead, get off that Mud Bomb. Not going to do a whole lot of damage. He does get off Play Rough. I was actually expecting that to knock me out because Toxicroak is not a bulky Pokemon, but it doesn't knock me out, and we do go ahead and get our Mud Bomb off before he's able to get off another charge move, and we just about squeak out the win. So really nice game, really nice game. We're going to go ahead, move on to the final game, and I'm beginning with my Azumel. He begins with his Golbat, and I decided to go ahead and pull the switch into my Venomoth. Now, as I've said, they're evenly matched. He pulls his switch into Alolan Muck. I do use Silverwind, doing a good chunk to Alolan Muck because Alolan Muck is a bulky Pokemon. So, yeah, Silverwind really pulling its weight. Venomoth, not that bad. He does get off Sludge Wave, but I decide to go ahead and block it because I wanted to get off another Silverwind, and we do get it off, so it does go ahead and knock out Alolan Muck. Now he brings in his Golbat. He uses Poison Fang, and I'm going to switch into my Crobat. And Crobat, yeah, doing a good amount of damage to Golbat. I decide not to go ahead and block here because I didn't think it would do as much as it did for some reason, but it actually did do quite a bit. We do go ahead and knock out that Golbat. Now he brings in his Toxicroak, and of course, we're in a good position. And we still have a shield left. He actually has both of his shields, though, so I was in a good position, but not like a guaranteed win at this point. He does go ahead and block, and we're going to knock out Toxicroak, and that's it for this game. See you in the next one. Bye. Thank you so much for watching my latest video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and don't forget to follow me on Twitter. If you like this video, click on one of the links to check out another one of my videos that you'll probably enjoy.